everybody, thanks a lot for joining me for this baby vlog. It's really fun to do these updates, and I think it's going to be even more fun like a long ways down the road to look back on these things and just kind of relive the way I was thinking about things or what was happening at the time. And right now Belle is 5 months and 2 weeks old. So this is just going to be kind of an update on what she's doing, how she's doing, any little parenting related tidbits that I've come across. As time has gone on, so many things have gotten easier. And I just think back to those early days and how I get panicked might not be the right word to use, but how stressed I was at times. You know, she was crying a lot. And just everything is so brand new to you. And it's easy to get hard on yourself and be like, oh my gosh, you know, I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. And there are, of course, so many perfectly blissful, happy moments in there too. But if anybody's watching in that time frame, you know, very early on, just having a baby, cut yourself some slack. Go easy on yourself, because this is a brand new thing, and at some point in time, every mother's new to this. And if somebody out there acts like they've got it all perfectly 100% together, they probably don't. But that's just, you know, a virtual pat on the back to anybody out there who is going through this for the first time and maybe going through some hard times and some difficult nights and days and stuff. You will get through it, and you will come out on the other side knowing more, just having more experiences and figuring stuff out. But as for my child, my Belle, she is weighing, I think, right around 15 pounds, maybe a little more right now. We actually have a baby scale that my mom had when I was a baby, and so she kind of passed it down to us, and anytime before a bath we put her on there and weigh her. And so I'm not sure that it's perfectly 100% accurate, but it definitely does give us the idea that she's, you know, continuing to gain weight, whether or not it's off a few ounces. I know she'll have a 6-month doctor's appointment fairly soon where they will measure her lengthwise, but I haven't been doing that all along. All I know is she's still in some 0 to 3 month clothing and starting to get into some 3 to 6 month things. It seems like different brands run differently, but she's short. Her last 2 doctor's appointments she was measuring in the 8th percentile for height. So we're thinking she might be, at least at this point in time, taking after me on size. I was asking my mom about that, and she had some records from way back when on me, and I was actually measuring that same size when I was that age. But she's such a little chunk to hold on to, I tell you. I mean, I think about our cat, and our cat's right around 10 pounds. And you know, when we first brought Belle home from the hospital, it was like, oh, she's smaller than Cupcake. And then she was like the same size as Cupcake, and now she has surpassed that size. And just to carry her around, like, she's just such a solid little compact chunk. That's all I can say. She is drooling a lot, but still no teeth. I think I might have mentioned at the end of the last vlog that I did that I thought teething was coming, and I think they go through this, from what I understand, quite a while with the whole drooling excessively before some teeth actually start to come through. But I haven't seen any teeth yet. But she does have a few of the little teething things that she likes. We have something that looks like a little raspberry. Like, it's shaped like a pacifier, but it's kind of got some texture on the part that they chew on. Now, at her 4-month doctor's appointment, that was when the doctor started talking about, you know, in this time frame between now and 6 months, you'll want to start her out on some solid foods. So we did start her out on a little bit of the rice cereal just to see, okay, how does she take something other than breast milk? And she did take that actually surprisingly well. And she also enjoys some sweet potatoes as well. And at this point in time, those things aren't really taking over or replacing breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is still her primary form of nourishment these days, but that's just something we kind of try on and off. And I am excited because I'm going to be making my own baby food, and I got something to do that with. It's called the, I think you say it, BECCA Baby Cook Baby Food Maker. I got the Baby Cook Pro, and what it's supposed to do is actually steam and act as kind of a food processor. You can get them to whatever texture you want. I think I hear the garbage truck out there. And then you can make like multiple portions, freeze them, and I believe you can defrost those portions in your baby cook. So that's really cool. So I'm really excited about it. I haven't started making anything just yet, and I feel like I'm super busy as it is, so hopefully I can keep up with it. But I think, you know, if you can kind of do it in one sitting, you know, as far as making up some of it and freezing it, you'll have quite a bit to go on for a while. I'm still nursing Belle about every 2 hours. I can't begin to say say how much easier this has become since like looking way back to the first month and thinking about the pain. And you know, she was latching on, but she was sucking so hard and her little mouth was not getting, I don't think, around enough area. Now, you know, she's grown some, she opens real big and wide. It's no big deal. I don't deal with any pain with it. As far as Belle's movement and stuff like that, she is rolling both ways. We'll give her tummy time and she's, you know, pushing her arms straight up. She does that on me a lot. She's not exactly crawling, but sometimes when I put her on her stomach, it's like she's got her arms planted, you know, and I can see her knees moving, but she actually just scoots herself backwards a little bit. It's kind of funny. It's like I think she's trying to get forward to something, but her arms are staying so still that she ends up scooting herself backwards. And she also seems to enjoy some assisted standing, so either like leaning up. I think I had a picture where she was like leaning up on Tyler and some people were saying, oh my gosh, she's standing already, but he was definitely like helping her. She's not just, you know, getting up and standing on her own. She gets into some spells where she is laughing a lot, and it's like you figure out that thing that really sets her off and you keep doing it repeatedly, and then you're like, how long have I just been doing goofy things to make her laugh, you know? Because that's the kind of thing I could do like all freaking day. Boo. Boo, boo, boo. She's doing some babbling as well, trying to say words, you know, not always coming out like words. One thing that I remember saying to her since like the very beginning, I would just say hi and see if she would repeat it. And now sometimes I'll say that to her and she will like make that sound back to me. So that's kind of cute. It might just be that she's just happening to throw out something that sounds similar. She's sleeping well at night. I would say on average, she's going to bed sometime in the 9 o'clock hour and then getting up around 6. And usually she'll want to take a nap after that first feeding, and that's when I come up here and do things like this. But as a whole, napping like later on throughout the day has been really inconsistent. Sometimes she'll fall asleep really briefly after a feeding, but seems like she doesn't want to stay there for a whole long time. But as you might expect, it can be kind of hard for me to get work done. I mean, I'm working from home, I'm doing all my beauty broadcast stuff, and it can be difficult to fit that stuff in when the baby is not taking a lot of daytime naps, you know? So I've found that I've just been adjusting so much. I mean, whereas I used to get up and like say 9 to 6 or something, you know, I'd be working on beauty related stuff before Belle. Now I kind of push those things to early in the day, late in the day, and on weekends. And of course, anytime throughout the day where time allows, but I really try to get my day going early so I can start shooting some things. And when I do have a good solid chunk of time, like when Tyler's here on the weekends, I'll shoot several videos in one sitting. And then I can kind of, you know, be a little more flexible with when I choose to edit those. And I know I've said I do have a video coming on working at home with a baby, and I do still have that coming, I promise. But I'm kind of glad that it got pushed back a little bit because I've found out some more tricks here and there. And I think one of the big keys is to think about prioritizing what you have to do as opposed to, you know, filling out the planner. I was always a big like weekly planner person, so you had every day and I wrote out, you know, everything I planned to do, and then I was able to go check, 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 and oh, everybody's happy and satisfied. Lately, I mean, there are so many times where you think you're gonna get something done, but then you kind of get disappointed because that didn't work out on that day, and so there's arrows going here and there, and then I've kind of scrapped that idea and decided instead to give myself just a priority list and not to be too hard on myself if something doesn't get done when I initially planned to get it done, but thinking of it more as, okay, this is what I really want to get done today. And if that doesn't happen today, that'll get done later, but that thing at the top is the most important next thing to do, you know, and then on and on and on. So I don't know, that's just one thing. I think if you're trying to work from home and you're struggling to get that routine back, you've really just got to take it, you know, one task at a time and cut yourself some slack. But one of the funny things, you know, we were talking about how long you can spend like giggling back and forth with the baby and doing all that stuff. I mean, I feel like I'm in a stage right now where I am continually entertaining. It's like entertainer is pretty much my day job now. I've just really seen that transition over over the past couple of months because, you know, you start out, the baby's new, it's not really like they're getting into a lot of toys or, you know, different things like that. And at the same time now, they're not in a place where, you know, they're gonna go off in a corner and play by themselves. So I just feel like I'm there all the time being this constant like entertainer. I'm singing, I'm dancing, I'm clapping, I'm reading, I'm, you know, doing whatever it may be. And fortunately, a lot of those little things come very naturally to me. Like I am always making up songs and nicknames and crazy stuff like that, but it really like doesn't end. You'll remember there's not a lot of naps happening during the day, and so we're just doing all kinds of things. And it's fun, but I reach a new level of tired at the end of the day, I can tell you that much. Nail clipping has been resolved. That was my cry for help at the end of the last video, and I don't know that I've got like world's greatest solution to it, but I just kind of, you know, went back at it, and I'll talk to her when she's on the changing pad. And part of this might just be her growing up and just getting a little more comfortable with somebody having a death grip on her little hand. But no, I'm kidding, I don't have a death grip, but I've been talking to her while I'm doing it, and I just say, okay, be still, and I don't say anything after that. And it's almost like she's waiting for me to say more, so she is still, and then boom, I clip it off. I don't know if it's just the change in the tone of voice or what, but it's like when I say be still, you know, she'll actually hang on there and let me do something real quick. So girlfriend's got some clip nails, that's good. Like I was saying earlier, she loves books, she loves playing with blankets, just those lightweight little receiving blankets, pulling them over her face, you know, pulling them down, peekaboo, all that business. She loves that. She loves Itsy Bitsy Spider. She's been doing really well in my baby Catan. I am so glad I got a baby Catan. Need to review this because I have had like a couple other baby carriers that I did not like near as much. I had a Moby wrap and it was okay, you know, like she would get in it and we'd be all right, but just the amount of wrapping, and if you're on the go like that, the Moby wrap is so long, it's like dragging the ground, and you know, the baby Catan is very compact, I don't know, and it's quick and easy to get on. And so she's been good in there. I'm just looking down at some notes that I've put down. She's reaching out for Baker, Cupcake, my cat. She will kind of just reach out for her at times and go like this because she's all about feeling things now. Like her little hand on me, she's doing this all the time, and on her animals, it's like she's discovering all these textures now. We got her an exersaucer. It's the farm themed one. I thought it was really cute, and she seems to really enjoy that. Like every time I sit her down in there and then I step back and I'm like, oh my, you're in there all by yourself. And she's like, it's this huge smile on her face like, yeah, I'm doing it. But there's all these things to touch that kind of rattle or make noise, so she really likes that. By the way, we do have a bouncy seat that we got for her, just a real inexpensive little seat that I thought would be something I could move around, but Cupcake has adopted that as her own. She loves to get in there and sleep, and Belle has not loved it quite so much. But that's pretty much my update here at this 5 or technically 5.5 month mark. Let me know if there are any questions you have in the comments section, or if you feel like there are any things that I maybe haven't touched on in these kinds of videos that I should be talking about. But I just cannot begin to express how much I love that little child. Like, I just, I talked about this in another vlog, but you just feel so incredibly connected to another human being. It's just amazing. And just every day seeing the little, you know, personality characteristics kind of coming out of her. It's very rewarding, it's exciting, it's just really fun. So I'm really loving this, and I'm so grateful for Tyler as well, because he is just an awesome dad, and when he gets home from work at the end of the day, he jumps right in. And also, if you haven't seen it yet, I do have a vlog that I did on 3 really quick food ideas that can help you through your week if you find that you're not having a lot of time throughout the week to make things, make healthy things for yourself to eat. These are some things you can actually put together on a Sunday, and they tend to take me all the way through the week. So thank you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.